All righty. Hello. Uh, all right. Well, we're going to burn a little sage on behalf of all Geminis. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. This is your Gemini reading for the week of February 8th. For you. All right. Here we go. For Gemini, this is you. I went out to go get my card started and deliver some spaghetti sauce I made for somebody today, and my car tire was flat. Yay, wee! This has been Mercury, one thing after another. Hello, Madison. I miss you too, boo. All right, here we go, Gemini. This is for you. Magician. Ooh, a little bit of speaking. It's go time. We have the 10 of Wands. So you have the Magician, 10 of Wands, 4 of Wands. You have the Hierophant as well. Hierophant can mean a number of things. It can mean your right in my face with the C. It can mean that you are having some issues with the system. So this would be your boss, your corporation, higher education. This would be politics. This would be anything that's pulling the strings of mankind or having designs on our outcome. This could also mean higher education, and it can also mean a little bit of stubbornness if you're shooting on yourself, right? So your requirements and the things that you feel as if others are telling you to do, or what the system is like. So this is a lot like me, right? Being very different in a community that is very strict. Like, how do I behave? Thinking about those kind of things, that the structure, the picket fence, the perfect Instagram relationship, the perfect body. It's all the things, how things are supposed to be. Okay. So that is the Hierophant. Initially, this used to be the Pope, the politicians, the Roman politicians and the Pope, right? And this was their way of talking about, them without talking about them. It's like, so we've got this man in power and he's controlling things, right? What's controlling you, Gemini? These are the things that are controlling you and you're feeling like you're railing against. We have the Magician. The Magician is go time. The Magician is someone who has that feeling of like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get things done. I'm completely capable, right? We have 10 of Wands, anxiety. So there's a little bit of anxiety for Gemini, wondering if they can get everything done. Too much on your plate. We have the 4 of Wands again, just like Taurus did. Taurus had this card in a different way, that they're focused on their foundation. So you have these ideas of, with all this stuff in my way, how am I going to get things done? Gemini is feeling backed into a corner. If you look here, we've got the snakes here, the 5 of Wands, which is kind of pushing somebody in a corner, and you feel, I mean, what does a caged animal do, right? Bitey little bastards. They come out swinging. I can't take this anymore, guys. I can't get lighting right in this corner to save my life here. Every day, it's a new struggle. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is interesting because this must be the current energy of the day, fate and timing. Timing is turning. And we have the card here for timing, and that is the Wheel of Fortune. So things are lining up for your benefit. We have the King of Coins, which is coming from a financial standpoint of leadership and being able to get things done. We also see the 10 of Cups, which is balance. So things will be coming into balance for you, even though you feel like things are crazy and kind of going a little wacky. We also have the Ace of Swords, new beginnings, Queen of Cups, which is loving and kind. We do have the Knight of Swords, though, because of that anxiety on the back end. You're really feeling as if you want to lash out. We'd rather, but that's not going to do us any good, right? So we have the Knight of Swords. This is our road rage, our PMS. That's that feeling without the trigger. So we're feeling that way. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to unload on someone. It just means that we're feeling edgy, right? And feeling this edgy feeling kind of gets us to where we're like, I can't take any more, right? But we do have the 10 of Cups, which is balance. Are you leaning on your support system? It's present. It's there for you. You just need to activate it. So ask for support. Get yourself somebody that can help you. It's present. It's there. And it's a joyful giving too. I see 9 of Coins, which might be like a contract coming for you where you're focusing on things that have to do with fine print. There's the Queen of Cups. So these two emotional cards, right? Now, even though this is the Swords, it's a very emotional card because it tells us about attitude, what our attitude is. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Cups. So that tells us that our emotions are very much on the surface this next week. And some of us flowing through our emotions, like me, for example, the only example I have is me. So, me, for example, I feel everything. So, when I do a reading for you and I'm feeling like these tears welling up in this lump in my throat, I'm like, wow, there's really a lot you need to say that you can't get out. And a lot of us aren't very practiced, and I know I wasn't, with our emotions, like recognizing our emotions and feeling it to its fullest and identifying its root before we respond is a much better way to play with that energy than reacting to everything all over the place and we don't even know why. How's anybody else going to fix it if they don't know why? Because we're not articulating it, because we're articulating while we're feeling. And so we do a disservice by like shouting or crying and being in emotion rather than being emotional. Like, I'm emotional for a moment, I'm angry, give me a moment, is much more EQ than being like, right? We just unload and just be like, screw you, I don't have room for this, I want you out of my face, bing. And this only happens because we have this emotions. Now I'm going to teach you something else about anxiety. So my partner Vanessa, my life coach partner, she is very big on talking about this energy right here, and it's decision-making fatigue, or feeling like we have lack of choices. And what is lack of choices but this being backed into a corner? So we're feeling backed into a corner, and thus we have anxiety. And all we can think about is the things that are forcing us into this corner and what is affecting our choices. So 2 or 3 things happen with anxiety, okay? Decision-making fatigue, too many decisions to make at once, and none of them are getting the attention they deserve, anxiety. Secondly, we have the powerlessness, the Hierophant, someone pulling the strings. This could be our husband. This could be our employer. You have to come into work an hour earlier and no lunch breaks. And this is that workload that you can't handle, but you're asked to do it anyway. Just try me, quit. There's many people who want your job. This is church. This is don't drink, don't smoke, don't laugh, dress a certain way, behave a certain way, breathe in, breathe out, politics, any of those things that make us feel we have to do a certain thing. And we also have here the 10 of Wands, which is anxiety, and that is the core of your reading. This is the very beginning energy that comes out with you, and that is, if you think about decision-making fatigue, if we think about our choices being taken from us, which is our society as a whole, we wonder why we have anxiety as a community, as a culture. It's just very common. I have anxiety. I have social anxiety. Why? Because we're not acknowledging our emotions and put in a big cesspool of emotions, and then what? We react, right? So that's because nobody's meditating. So nobody's getting in comfort with their emotions. So we have this anxiety. So one of the tricks to clearing anxiety is begin to make decisions. I was just talking to my ex and we were chit-chatting about relationship, and I said, make a decision. You don't have to make a decision today, but if you make a decision to make a decision, you'd be surprised at how even that much takes a little weight off your shoulders. And also begin to say no. Okay? So when you aren't saying no to things that you don't want to do, you are in resentment. So you have all this resentment for shit you agreed to do. Why did you agree to do it? You manipulated yourself and guilted yourself and did the thing you should do. It's anxiety. Right? Also, a lot of things like not having enough or worry about the future adds to that, and those are legitimate. Right? But when you add all these other components, ta-da! There is a lot more beautiful cards in your reading, a couple ideas that you have that you're trying to bring to ground regarding money. Okay, so this right here is the 6 of coins, and if you notice, he's got a scale at the top, the mushrooms on the bottom, and this money around him. He's not quite sure what he wants to do moving forward. And again, with the 9 of coins and the mushroom, is this the right contract for me? So emotions are a big deal for Gemini right now. Let's pull a card for you from Mystic Dreamer, or pull cards for you from Mystic Dreamer for your Gemini moon. While I shuffle these cards a couple times, book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. So you want to get a closer look at some of these dynamics for you, let me know. There's the Tarot 101 class. And ooh, where did I put it? I began my chakra bracelets, and obviously I lost it just promptly. Well, here it is. Chakra bracelets. This one is labradorite and lava stone. I made this for heart chakra because a lot of us will be seeing red hearts in another week or so. And this is an element that I wanted to bring forward and talk about which is heart chakra is not red. Red is root. Red is sex. Red is body. And Valentine's Day is a lot about that body, but I wanted to make some chakra bracelets that remind us to come from the heart, because we don't want to be about possession, yellow and red, right? We want to be about love and coming from unconditional love and grace. So these are really, really heavy, very, very grounding stones. I've got a silver bead, some, shing, I've got some lava stone and these really heavy labradite. So when you wear this, it is very, very solid. So if you guys, I'm just making them now, so they're not up on the website yet, but if you want to pre-order or custom make some, let me know. These are grade A stones. I personally don't know when I'm out buying stones, like I find a bracelet that's inexpensive and then first thing I wonder is what kind of quality the stones are. So that's why I went shopping for you. 3 stores and three trips to Vegas. All right, here we go, Gemini. This is Gemini Moon for you. 5 of Pentacles. So this is a little bit of lack of hope, lack of faith, disbelief. You have the 9 of Cups, which is overwhelm. We also have the 10 of Swords, which is betrayal. Now, that doesn't mean someone is betraying you, so let's move past this foundational reading right here. This is someone else in control. You've got the Emperor, which is somebody controlling the dynamic around you and in leadership, and you're trying to decide whether they're worthy of this leadership of you or not. And so therefore, you're doing some examination. You do have the 5 of Wands, which is a struggle and a fight. And this is a conflict or a group conflict. However, it's going to come out well. And it is the reason I can tell you that is the Wheel of Fortune means timing. So some things need to be said and some things need to come up, may or may not present themselves as a conflict. And maybe you feeling your voice is a conflict in it, or confrontation rather than just confronting an issue are 2 different things, right? So I see that you're a little overwhelmed about how you're going to proceed with what it is you want to speak to. But I see moving forward, you've got the King of Cups, the King of Wands, the 4 of Wands right here, which is about having partnerships and commitment. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups, new beginnings in love. That doesn't necessarily mean just love, but it means in a loving way. So your new beginnings are going to come from a more graceful place. Don't force things too much. And if you have indecision, remember, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no, right? Because we have the 2 of Swords, so indecision. You've got advice coming from both sides. We have our crows and her sitting in the middle. There's illumination there if you can wait. The reason why I say don't make a decision is because we have the Empress. The Empress is very protective, and the Empress also has things to do with time. Can't pick an apple in December. This is causing you to be a little emotional with the King of Cups. And if you have to express it, express it. Who cares what they think? It ain't about them anyway. I would say I'm not here to make friends, though I'd love to have one. It's on you. One more card from Divination of the Ancients, and this is your message for the week. Let's see where you sit, dear Gemini. Hello, Megan. Hi, Louie. Coins, abundance. So whatever it is you're building toward, this should be your goal, and abundance is key. And abundance is also telling you that it's on its way. So abundance, guys, you're gonna have to let me know how this plays out for you. Please tell me where you are in the world, how you feel your reading went. Like, subscribe, and share my YouTube, please. This is where I have the picture-in-picture and my goals. So I do come onto the other social platforms in order for you guys to get a peek at everything, because I know it's valuable for some of you that don't have time to go chase around the YouTube, but I would really love your company there. Love and light to you. I am feeling a little froggy, so let's take a look and see here if I can do Cancer. I'm going to do Cancer right after this, so if you guys want to continue to hang on, I will be right back.